Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a Mr. Smiley Statue. Here are all of the materials that we will need throughout the build. Begin by placing a row of 2 purple concrete in a row on the ground. 1, 2. Leave a gap of 4 going right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then place 2 more purple concrete. 1, 2. We then want to place another row of purple concrete on top of these rows, and now we want to pick a leg, it doesn't really matter which one, and on top of that leg we want to stack 2 rows of magenta concrete. 1, 2. And then 2 rows of purple. 1, 2. And then 2 rows of magenta. 1, 2. 2 rows of purple. 1, 2. 2 rows of magenta. 1, 2. 2 rows of purple. 1, 2. And then finally 2 rows of magenta. 1, 2. Just like this. So, if you're keeping count, we should have 4 layers of purple and 4 layers of magenta. And once we've done that to one leg, we want to do the exact same thing to the leg next to it. Now, with that complete, we want to take each one of these legs and we want to extend them 1 row forwards. Now that we've done that, we want to take the top 2 inward corners of these magenta concrete right here, and we want to extend them 1 row forwards like this. We then want to connect them together in the middle, and then we want to extend them up and then out like this. And then specifically on this left side, we want to extend up by an additional 9 magenta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We then want to extend 1 row inwards, and then place a white concrete, further extending inwards. Extend the white concrete up, out, left and right, and then we want to extend these left and right blocks upwards like this to form a heart shape. Magenta concrete in the middle of these. Extend that magenta up, right by 3. 1, 2, 3. We then want to extend down, right, and then down 2, 1, 2, right 1. We then want to extend all the way down, and we should just connect right back to where we started, which is here, and that's perfect. So we want to mirror this shape on the back, so if you extend the same blocks on the back outwards, join them together just underneath like this. Follow the shape that we've already made. So the difference on the back is this: there is no detail. So pretty much all of this is simply going to be made using magenta concrete. We can even fill the sides in if we do so choose as well, which we should probably do. So we'll fill these sides in, the left, right, and then the back side in using magenta concrete, and then we'll focus on the front as there is a little bit more detail to add once we have done everything that we've just discussed. There we go, so now we want to come towards the front of the build. We are going to connect these bottom 2 rows together, left and right, and then we want to place a row of 1, 2 magenta coming in from the left and 1, 2 magenta coming in from the right. Come all the way, actually on the left side of the build, also add an additional row of magenta, extending from the bottom to the top, and do the same thing on the right also. Then we want to fill all of the space in to the right of the white concrete area here, and then add a magenta concrete in these upper 2 corners like this. And then all we have to do is just fill the middle of this in using purple concrete. And that is pretty much just the torso complete there. And now that we have done that, we can focus on the arms. So the arms are quite big. We come all the way up to the top right side of the statue first of all, right? We take these two middle rows here and we place a row of 3 magenta concrete extending out of each. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We then want to place purple concrete underneath this and then extend out 1 row. And then down and then out like that. And then grab the magenta again and you want to extend down and then out. And then down and then out like this. So this is the curved part of the arm. So we want to add a couple more rows of magenta concrete extending to the left. So 1, 2, this is at the bottom. And then we want to do the same above. So 1, 2, like this. And then the purple concrete can pretty much just connect back to the body, like so, right? And this is a pretty complicated part of the arm, or this is the most complicated part, is what I'm trying to say really, because we then want to take the end of this row here and add purple concrete extending out of it. We then want to extend the purple concrete forwards and backwards, out a row like this, right? And then we want to extend to the left by 2 rows, so 1, 2 to form like a square shape. Then you can just focus on the outer blocks now. We want to extend the purple concrete down a row like this, so the entire square. And then we want to add 2 rows of magenta concrete underneath this, 2 rows of purple, and then 2 rows of magenta, just like this, right? So it will look like that, except for the fact that we want to extend the whole thing down. So now that we've done that, we are going to add a layer of purple concrete that sits below and around the row of magenta concrete like this. So we are slowly making this larger and larger. And underneath this layer of purple concrete, very much like the previous part of the arm, we'll add another layer of purple, 2 layers of magenta, 2 layers of purple, 2 layers of magenta, 2 layers of purple. So just to show you once again, this is about as far down as the actual hand goes, and well, the arm as well. And now we just want to fill these rows in. And now that we've added all of those rows in, we just want to fill the bottom of this in using purple concrete like so. Then grab lime concrete, and we are going to add some fingers/claws here. So place a lime concrete here, extending upwards and inwards from the corner of the inward part of the hand. Extend right and then up. And then we want to add a lime concrete here, so this is just in one from the corner, and extend the lime concrete down. And then leave a gap of 1 underneath here and place a lime concrete extending back, gap of 2, lime concrete, just like this. And now that we have done this, let's have a nice little look at it. That is 1 arm complete. We have to do the exact same thing now, just mirrored onto the opposite side. So on this side of the statue, we once again come all the way up to the top. We take these 2 middle blocks here and place 3 rows of magenta extending outwards. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like this. We then place a row of purple concrete underneath the end, and then out. And then we extend down, and then out. And then underneath this, we place magenta concrete, extend out, down, and then out again. So we have this. We then want to extend those magenta concretes inwards towards the center, 2 rows, 1, 2, Same thing above, 1, 2, and then just connect the purple concretes to the actual statue like this. Now to make the beefy part of the arm, yet not the beefiest, we want to add a row of purple concrete underneath the end here of this magenta concrete. Extend the purple concrete outwards like this so that it sits along the outside of the outer part of the arm, and then extend across, 1, 2, 3. We are looking to make a 4x4 square like this, and then underneath the outer part of this square, of course, we want to add another row of purple, 2 magenta concrete rows, 2 purple, 2 magenta, and that's it for this part of the arm. So now we can just fill all of that in. Now that we've done that, we can add a layer of purple concrete that extends below and all the way around the outside of this row of magenta, like this. Then, underneath this purple concrete row, now that it is larger, we want to add another row of purple underneath it, 2 magenta, 2 purple, 2 magenta, and then 2 purple. So it should match the opposite side, and you guys know what comes next. We just have to extend all of these rows down. And now that we've done that, we can add the fingers/nails, and we are going to place a lime concrete here, extending upwards and inwards from the corner. Extend up and in, like this. We add a lime concrete here, extending inwards from the corner, and then we extend down. Leave a gap of 1 underneath this and place a lime concrete. Gap of 2, lime concrete. And we will end up with something that should look like this. That's absolutely perfect. So now that we've done that, we want to come all the way up to the top of the statue, and first of all we are going to make the neck. So we start here in this position. We want to place a magenta concrete, right of it a white concrete, right of it a magenta, and right of it a white. Add an entire row of white concrete on top of this, extend up the white concretes on the bottom up and through like this, and place magenta in between them. And then on the back of the build, we are going to we kind of want the opposite. So behind these bottom white concretes, we want to add magenta and white concrete in between, an entire row of white concrete, and then we kind of want to once again just do the exact opposite, so just like this. So now that we have done that, we want to add a layer of magenta concrete on top of the neck section. We then want to extend the magenta concrete forwards a row like this. Then we want to extend the left side of this. We do the left by 2, so 1, 2, up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1, and then up by 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then right, up, and then right by 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we want to extend down, right, and then down by 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then left, down, and then left. So what we should end up with is a nice circular shape. So we are going to take the outer parts of the circle and extend backwards so that we overhang the back of the statue by a row. And then we are going to take the entire back of the head, and then we are going to fill it in using magenta concrete. So when it comes to filling the back of the head in, it's up to you whether you want it to be shaped, meaning this. We can fill it in like this, like just in between the lines, or you can fill in the extended, like you can fill in the empty space, but just extend it outward. It's kind of personal preference, really. And now that we've filled the back of the head in, we can focus on the front. So this is really easy. We want to add a layer of red concrete just along the empty space at the top here, and then extend the end of the red concretes up and out, and then up and out again, and then up by 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then join them together in the middle. Place black concrete all the way inside of this space created by the red concrete. We then want to add a layer of magenta concrete on top of the red concrete like this, and then extend up the left and right sides like so. Then, starting from both ends of this row, we want to place a white concrete and then 2 black concretes extending inwards. Extend the left black concretes in both cases up a row, and then add white concrete in between and around the outside of this to give us this shape. What we can then do is just fill the middle of this in, or the empty space in, using magenta concrete. And then, last but not least, we are going to extend the red concrete forwards like this, but not the black concrete, which will give us this rather terrifying, rather creepy Mr. Smiley Statue. And that's it. I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.